this is Shamli Shivalka from Bloggers Ideas, and today I'm going to do a detailed review on the Wine Appreciation Masterclass course by none other than James Suckling. But first, let me do a quick introduction to this platform of Masterclass. So, Masterclass is a course website where you get to learn about various subjects. What sets it apart from other educational websites out there is that Masterclass is a curated course platform that is taught by the leading experts of given industries, which is really unique in my opinion. It has two basic pricing structures. First, if you're looking into taking one particular course, then you can pay $90 and get lifetime access to that course. Or you can opt for an all-access pass where you can pay $180 annually and access as many courses as you wish to. I would really advise you to go for the second option, as the content in this platform is simply exceptional and is really hard to choose one particular course. You would like to explore and know more about the courses and the knowledge that is shared by their amazing instructors. But if you are sure and are willing to go for one particular course, then the $90 option is best for you. Just to show you a quick overview of the Masterclass homepage, here is the profile. Masterclass community is where you can start a discussion on any course or topic or network with fellow students who have signed up for these courses. You can also gift an all-access pass to your friend or your family member who can be benefited from Masterclass. It will be like giving the gift of education and experience to your loved ones. You can access courses that deal in various topics and choose which one you would like to learn or which instructor you would like to listen to. So that was all about the Masterclass homepage. Now coming back to our Masterclass course about wine appreciation by none other than James Suckling and whether it is worth it for you or not. So let's go and have a look. So now let's talk more about the tutor. James Suckling is an American wine and cigar critic. He was a former senior editor and European bureau chief of Wine Spectator as well as European editor of cigars. Due to his 40 years of experience in this field, James Suckling is internationally regarded as one of the most influential wine critics and one of the most experienced critic of vintage cigars. His areas of expertise are in Italian wines and products. His 100-point scale has become a common shorthand for talking about the quality of wine. In this masterclass, James will teach you how to use his rating system. James now resides in London and Italy to follow his passion. He tastes almost 18,000 wines a year with his team, which includes his son Jack. What is the course offering? A brief overview and why should one go for it? Now that you know more about the tutor, let us move forward into knowing what the course is going to offer you. After you're really excited to know more about this, are you? If you are, my friend, you are going to have a great treat. Through this video, I will not only tell you more about the Wine Appreciation Masterclass, but you will also get some great glimpse into what this masterclass offers you. So make sure you watch this video till the end. This class is not just some boring technical class. The class teaches you to appreciate the artistry. James Suckling is a world-renowned wine taster, goes over the very fundamentals of winemaking. From the vineyard to storing it into your cellars, you will learn everything. The course has a lot, I mean a lot to offer. You will be your own critic when it comes to wines after watching this masterclass. The class will help you to see the world of wine in a new light and will surely change your perspective. The beauty of this class is that James meets people who appreciate wine and show you how the best in wines are made. James, a taster himself, explains to you how to select a good wine and which wine should be avoided. He teaches you how to curate and age the wine properly if you are an enthusiast like him and like to store wines. Storing and drinking wine is an art in itself, and James explained this in the most elegant manner possible. Now coming to the masterclass. You start this class from the class trailer and introduction, moving on to knowing more about the tutor and then diving straight into the various sections of this class. This class has 3 sections that are further divided into 3 subsections and has a total of 10 lessons. Every section is perfectly divided into insightful lessons which are approximately 10 to 15 minutes long. If you're looking for a fun way to learn, then you should definitely take this class. James Suckling has a lot to offer, and this 2 hours and 10 minutes class is really perfect for the ones who really want to learn and know more about wine. Along with great lessons, you also get access to a wonderful workbook. This 38-page long workbook is full of tips and techniques that James has been using throughout his career. It also contains many traditional move sets that James has accumulated over these years of his practice. So now, let's take a walk through each section. The first section in this masterclass is about wine tasting fundamentals. James will be taking you through the fundamentals of wine appreciation. From grapes to the bottles, you will be learning all the basics of wine tasting. This section is divided into 3 subsections. Let us take a look into that sections. The first lesson in this section is primary factors of influence into a vineyard. All great wines begin in the vineyard. The process of winemaking starts at the very beginning with the soil in which the grapes are planted. The climate for the grape is very important to have a really fruity grape to grow. James teaches you the principle of viticulture and the factors that influence a great wine, and the importance of soil, climate, and other factors which really affect the growth of the plant as well as the grape. The fermentation and blending of the grapes are really important when it comes to making a bottle of good wine. The second lesson is about tasting techniques. Blind tasting techniques. James believes that blind tasting can tell you a lot about wine. James tells us 100-point system to rate the wine. The better the score, the better the taste of the wine. James teaches you how to refine your palate and utilize the 100-point scale to evaluate the quality of the wine. James uses the 100-point system throughout the video while he blind tastes several wines. He goes over each of the sample and explains you how he feels about the wine and how it tastes. The third lesson is about discerning flavors and aroma. Student tasting experience. James invites students for wine appreciation. In order to appreciate wine, you must first be able to truly taste it. Understand the common characteristics of different varieties by discussing the flavor, aroma, acidity, structure, texture, and balance. The second section is at the vineyards. You will be taking a visit to experience a tasting session at the Antinori estate in the core of Italy. James meets the Albera Antinori and talks about the family lineage and wine. The session is divided into 3 subsections and has a runtime of 26 minutes. Let us take a look into the subsections. The first lesson is to meet the maker. James travels to Italy and meets Albera Antinori, president of the company who is into winemaking from 1300s. Every bottle has a story. Meet the maker behind the historic Antinori and learn about the winemaking family role in creating the legendary Super Tuscan Tignanello. The second lesson is appreciation on location and vertical tasting. Soil and climate plays an essential role in the winemaking process. James teaches you how to look for difference between vintage with the vertical tasting of Tignanello. He tastes Tignanello from 1983, 99, 2007 and 2015 and discovers their characteristics and the history behind their making. The third lesson is appreciation on location, barrel tasting. Tasting from a barrel can be a complete different experience than from a bottle. James takes you to the cellar where barrels are stored and shows you how the aging is done in these cellars. James teaches you to look for in the barrel and how you can determine wine's potential directions as a wine taster. The third section is about practical tips. James provides you practical tips on storing and curating. Reading a wine list. James shares his professional insights on how to store and curate wine at your personal place. This section is divided into 4 subsections with a length of 48 minutes. Let's take a look. The first lesson in this section is about storing and curating. A home cellar. James takes you to his personal cellar where he stores his wines. James teaches you professional tips on how to design and organize a home cellar. Properly stored and aged important bottles. The main factor that should be considered or taken care of while storing are temperature, organizing, and checking up on the labels. James teaches you the difference between a cork cap and a screw cap and which one you should prefer while buying it for your cellar. The second lesson is education and etiquette. Reading a wine list. James teaches you how to read a wine list when you are out to dine. What you need to choose when you are going through a wine list in a restaurant. James, with a legendary winemaker, eases the process of reading a wine list. James gives you the knowledge and etiquette to properly order in the restaurant setting. The third lesson is about breaking the rules of pairing. James believes that breaking the rules when experimenting with wine pairing is essential to the dining experience. James teaches you how to pair unconventional food and wine to bring out new and highly creative flavors combination. It is important to make sure you experiment with different type of wine with different foods to find the perfect combination. The fourth lesson is about the closing of masterclass. James ends his masterclass with a reminder of important elements of wine appreciation. All you need to be is curious, passionate, and share the joy with family and friends. His parting words of wisdom to everyone are: don't drink bad wine. Who should be taking this course? This is an interesting and very acknowledging class. Everyone who enjoys drinks should take this class without hesitation. The course is very well designed and perfectly placed for all who are interested in knowing more about wine and want to develop some appreciation for the same. Even if you are already a taster or you want to become one, this course is a perfect way to know more about the various types of wine all over the world. The instructor of this masterclass has been a wine taster for decades and has immense amount of knowledge about wines. So, for whom is this class? Anyone who enjoys drinking, this is for you. So now, let's discuss some pros of this class. This is a very, very unique course and you get to learn directly from the very famous wine critic James Suckling on this masterclass platform. The instructions in this class are very clear and there is indeed a lot to learn about the world of wine which is very well covered throughout the class. The course has few guests who have been into winemaking business from centuries. So it is an added bonus to see how wine is made and what are the minute details involved in the process of making wine. The instructor, James Suckling, is very experienced and is clearly reflected in this masterclass. It is a self-paced class, so you can complete it according to your comfort and you also have access to this class after you have completed it. So you can easily revisit it as and when required. Along with the class, you get access to a downloadable workbook and you can even discuss your queries with a huge like-minded community throughout the masterclass community. Now, I would like to tell you my experience about the masterclass. I consider myself as an occasional drinker. I enjoy a drink every now and then. So I saw this masterclass about wine appreciation. I was a little bit hesitant to check it out. Once I started the class, I was immediately hooked to it. The author of this masterclass, James Suckling, is an experienced wine taster and has over decades of experience in collecting and tasting wine. I learned a lot from the class as it went on. Right from holding a glass of wine to storing it and curating it, everything in this masterclass was excellent. The class was knowledgeable and one of the best to learn about wines. As soon as I finished the class, a new sense of love arose in me for the wines. So that was my experience. And if, like me, you're a person who enjoys drinking every now and then be sure to check this masterclass out. I'm sure that you are going to love it. So give it a try. You will appreciate your drink after this masterclass a lot way more. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We would love to hear your thoughts about the same in the comment section below. Also, I highly recommend the Wine Appreciation Masterclass course by James Suckling. And if you wish to pursue this, you can find all the details to this masterclass in the description box below. Also, if you really like this review video, then please hit a like and share this video. And for more such videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. One last thing before leaving, click on the bell icon, because every time we upload a video or we come online, you will get notified.